Hi everyone. My name is Yash Sharma, and I'm really excited to walk you through my submission for this assignment. In this assignment, what I have built is a premium full stack financial management dashboard. My primary focus for this project was to go beyond a standard crude application and build something that felt truly enterprise ready and production grade. To achieve this, I engineered the application using a modern three-tier architecture. On the front end, I used Next.js with Tailwind CSS. For backend, I have used Node.js with Express.js. And for database, initially I have used SQLite, then I migrated to Supabase because I also wanted to deploy it on Ren, so which would be quite easy with Supabase. So in this assignment, I have focused on three major features. First, the strict role-based access control. The system intelligently isolates data and features based on whether you are an admin, an analyst, or a normal viewer. Second is live data integration from third-party API. The dashboard seamlessly pulls real-time cryptocurrency trends directly from CoinCap API. And third, AI-driven financial assistant chatbot that parses natural language to user database to query database facts dynamically. So it gives real-time answer based on the user's query. So in this video, I'll be demonstrating the seamless authentication flow, how the backend rigorously secures our data using middleware, and give you a live tour of the dashboard from different users' perspective. Let's dive in straight. So we have already created three different users. Test one is admin, test two is analyst, test three is viewer. So let's log this test one and read finance. So this is the dashboard overview, right? Which is visible to all three different type of users, admin, analyst, and normal viewer. We can see there are multiple pages on the sidebar, right? And we have chatbot as well. And this is the live market trend. So the data here is coming from third-party API, CoinCap API. This is not coming from data. The data here show like net balance, total income, total expenses, and transaction is coming from data. So here more data is already there in database, right? So this is insights page. So in this page, we have category wise usage, like we are showing how many transactions happened for each category, how much money was involved. Also, we are showing monthly trend, like total income and expense for a particular month, right? Then in this transaction page, we are showing each and every transaction. Basically, we are showing last 20 transactions from the database, right? And this is user management, right? So admin can see all the data of all the users. Also, he or she can update the role of other user. This is the profile page, right? So we have all the profile details of each user, right? So let me show you by adding a transaction, by updating a transaction, by deleting it. So take into consideration this amount. So our total income is 28,226. So suppose I add a transaction which is of type income, and suppose the amount is 2000, right? 2000 income. Let's say it was YouTube. Okay. Let's say suppose it was cashback. So we can see that on 4th April, basically today is 4th April, right? So a cashback of 2000 rupees was added in the transaction documents, right? So let's see whether it updated the total income. Yes, so total income got updated from 28,000 to 30,000. Now let me delete that transaction. So, okay, so before deleting, let me update that transaction. Suppose from 2000, it was 3,000. Yeah, so 3,000. Let's see. So yeah, the total income got updated from 30,000 to 31,000 as we increase the value from by 1,000. And let's see whether that made any change in the inside page. So yeah, cashback. So we can see that there are we made two transactions, right? So yeah, cashback of 3,100. Okay, so there might be some other data as well of cashback. Yeah, so earlier there was also one data of cashback. That's why it showed two transactions. So we have two transactions in this diary. Yeah, so let's delete it. So let's delete this transaction of involving 3,000. Are you sure? Yes, wait. So we can see that yes, now again it is showing the earlier value, which is 28,000. Now let's see the insights page. Yeah. Uh, yeah, cashback. Cashback, the number of transaction got reduced. Now it only has one transaction. As we deleted one transaction of 2,000. So it has the earlier transaction of cashback of 100. Okay. So also it updates this the data here because it belong to month April, right? Again, let me show you. Yeah. Again, I add 1,000. So this cashback. I added one. Yeah. Okay, so sorry. I added expense. No worries. So we can see the expense got increased to 6,000, and also it got increased to 1,413 here. So let's delete that. Basically, cashback is not an expense, but okay, no worries. So let's update it. Cashback is an income, right? So yeah, let's see. In month of April, it got increased to 13,000, and it got increased to 1,400. But now we updated the type, right? So it got restored to its original value, which is 430. And again, cashback went two transactions, uh, 1,000, 1,100. So yeah, now let's delete it. Yeah. So in this way, I showed you that you can add any transaction, you can delete it, you can update. Now let's see. Now let's use this feature filter. So suppose I only want to see the transactions of typing. Yeah. So only those transactions are being shown. Suppose I want to see only the transactions of type expense. Yeah. So we can see. Suppose I do this all type, and suppose I want to see groceries. So it should be black. Okay. Here the text color. So yeah, we can see all the transactions involving categories groceries. Yeah. So now let's. Okay. So Let me show you this chatbot feature. So we focus on these in data. So in month of April, total expense was 430. Now let's see chatbot answer it correctly or not. Total expense in April. So like your total spending in April is $413. Yeah, which is quite correct. Total income in March. So yeah, your total income in March is 5,000, right? Which is correct. Here you can see. Now let's the admin use his power. So now let us try. Uh, Let me try. I will try login as normal viewer, which is test three user, test three at the rate finance.com, admin at the rate 1234. So yeah, so I have currently logged in as a normal viewer. So a normal viewer can only see dashboard overview and profile page. It cannot access insights. It cannot use the chatbot, right? Also, it cannot use the transactions page and user page. So this is the satisfied condition according to the assignment. Now let me update the status of this user from viewer to analyst. So user role update. So I will refresh. Yeah. So now this test three user is now an analyst. It is showing here test viewer. It is just a placeholder name. So now you can see that this user is now analyst as well. So now it can also see insights, and also it can access chatbot because analyst can also access chatbot. So all the same insights which was being shown to an admin is being shown to an analyst as well. So we can see that the admin can update the role of any user, and that user role got really updated in real time. So yeah, so this was all about testing all the functionalities featured mentioned in the assignment. Now let me explain the README. Okay, so this is the GitHub. So if you want to see, so there are many branches right out there. So please refer to the version 1.5 branch. It has the latest code. Yeah, so these are key features, right? As I already mentioned, multi-API integration, professional data visualization, enterprise-grade security. We are having robust role-based access control. In the enterprise-grade security, we are using JWT security token and the tech stack I already mentioned, right? So yeah. So let me explain you the high-level system architecture. So we have a three-level architecture: client layer, logic layer, and data layer. So the React front-end component, right, is interacting with the logic layer and data and showing the data. So in the client layer, we are using auth context. So basically, what does it mean is that when a current user is logged in and when it refreshes, it doesn't lose that user's session. That user don't get logged out. So that preserves the session consistency, right? The state before refresh is continued after refresh as well. So the user remain logged. So because of auth context. Also, we are using Axios interceptors. Basically, it attaches the JWT security token with the HTTP request the user made from frontend. Now coming to the logic layer, we have authentication middleware. Basically, it verifies the JWT security token. So why it does that? Basically, it wanted to verify that the request coming is coming from a valid user. If the user is valid, it will have a valid security token. If don't, then it rejects. Then the request doesn't get forwarded ahead. Now we have controller, which is a root handler, right? So it receives HTTP request from backend, front end, coordinates with business services, and decides on the proper HTTP status code or JSON response to set back. Then we have a Zord validator. Basically, it is a strict type checking layer. It guarantees that any incoming data payload perfectly matches the expected data form. Then we have business services. So this is the core logic center of this application. It talks to database, calculates the financial aggregations for charts, and processes the AI chatbot request. Then we have database layer, data layer, right? So initially we used SQLite database, but now we have migrated to Supabase. So the functionality remains the same, only the database tool has been changed. Then we are using CoinCap API for fetching the real-time cryptocurrency data, as I shown in the dashboard overview. It goes directly to the client layer with and shown to the in the front end. Now let us focus on now authentication and RBAC flow. So this is the user flow, right? So we have user client, we have Express API, database, right? So instead of SQLite, we have now Supabase, but the functionality is quite same. The flow is quite same. So right, so the user makes the login request. It goes to the Express API. Its user credentials are being verified against the database. Then, if it's correct, then it goes user record with hash password goes to Express API. A security token is generated, and it is being given to the user, right? Then the further subsequent request made by the user is guarded using that security token, right? So if the user made any request, then it is first verified using auth middleware, which I explained earlier. Then the role is extracted, and based on the role, the user can make the request. Now, as I explained, how this AI chatbot works. So we are not using any external Gemini API, right? We are using fully native chatbot. So let's see how it works. So user query is their total income. It uses regex and keyword brain feature. So it translates the natural text into SQL query, runs it against the database. Then whatever the outcome is there, it converts it into natural text format and shows it to the user. Now let's focus on user flow, how user interacts with the system. So a visitor is there, right? Basically, a user is there. It visits the login page, tries to log in, and if the login is successful, then it gets the JWT security token. It gives the session key, right? And then further, his role is extracted, whether the user is admin or analyst or viewer. And based on that, he or she can access that much pages. So this was user flow. So now let me also show you the database schema. We have two tables, user table and financial record. In the user table, ID is a foreign key. User ID is the foreign, the financial record ID is the foreign key of this table. And both are being linked using the user ID. So basically this helps identify which transaction was created by which user. So the user ID is a foreign key in financial records and being referenced by a name created. So this was database schema. Now, if you want to run this project on your machine, basically you have to clone it and run npm install and npm run dev. So install all the dependencies and you can run it on your browser as well, machine browser. Yeah. So yeah. So this was how this assignment was done and seedings. So let me explain few points as well. So database is automatically seeded with 50 plus realistic historic records, right? Residency, the market data feature includes an automatic mock fallback. So if the internet is disconnected or the API is down, the dashboard still displays beautiful high quality market data instead of empty boxes. AI Smart Brain, the chatbot uses optimized regex and SQL mapping to perform natural language processing without requiring expensive external API tokens, as I earlier mentioned. So yeah, so this was the assignment from my side, and thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.